BKB Bare Knuckle Boxing is back in the UK Saturday, April 19th for Cardiff Brawl III, headlined by two explosive title fights. BKB Super Welterweight champion, Wales' own Liam Rees makes his first title defense against 6-2 Marcin, the Rebel Reffell, while the Brit BKB Bridgerweight champion, Daniel Podmore, makes his first title defense when he takes on the Slavic Warrior, undefeated Emil Markic. Plus, local favorites Dorian Darch, Dan Laurel, Kieran Hardy, and Ashley Brace get back into action in the mighty Trigon. Don't miss these fights and more. Visit bkbbareknuckle.com for tickets and information. For the third time, the mighty Trigon is inside the Vale Arena here in Cardiff, Wales. What a card we have tonight. On our main card, not one, but two titles will be on the line. And it will feature in our main event, a Welsh champion. Liam "Rocky" Rees, 30 years old, won the title by finishing Scott McHugh. Rees will take on the Rebel, Martin Reffell, for the BKB Super Welterweight Championship. Dan Podmore looks to defend his BKB Bridgerweight World Championship for the first time against Emil Markic. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Goldberg, joined, of course, by Tom Ross. First and foremost, 50th show tonight. Is that right?
600 fights.
Wow. So you're going to take the night off? You must be tired.
No, how can you not love this, Bare Knuckle? Right. How can you not love it?
I love it. I love it. BKB, two titles on the line tonight. Going to be a spectacular evening of battles. And some of our prelims are outstanding as well, Tom.
Unbelievable. The two main fights. All for 3 days, I've talked to everybody. How can we not call this a 50-50? This is the epitome of 50-50. I wouldn't call it because they could be. But some of the debuts, we got some really talented fighters. This is going to be a night we won't forget in a hurry.
No question about that. And there you see our card here on our preliminary matchups. We'll get it started in a moment with Geraunt Goodrich, the Magic Man, taking on Frankie Curry. I think the big one to zone in on is Dorian Darch. That man is a force. Tony Barrett, what a fighter, takes the fight on 2 days' notice to be in our featured preliminary matchup here tonight against Dark Fruit's Dorian Darch, fighting here at home in Wales. So we get started with the prelims, then we move to the main card, and the co-main and main event of the evening from here in Cardiff, Wales, will be for BKB World Championships. To officially get it underway, here is Lee Thompson.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the fantastic Vale Arena, the land of the dragons, the capital city of Wales. This is BKB 40, a Cardiff Brawl 3. All roads lead to the mighty Trigon with 2 world titles on the line. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the action started. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome Frankie Curry.
Mask man, Frankie Curry, fighting out of Newcastle. He said to us, I'm explosive, I am looking for the knockout, and I'm getting used to it now, Tom. Looking for the knockout straight away.
But how confident was he when we talked to him?
Absolutely.
For a debut guy who has never fought bare knuckle, 5 years he's been waiting for his chance, and he wouldn't commit himself. He just said, wait and see. Yep. That'll do for me.
And I like that. I like that. I'm not going to talk right now. I'm going to bring the glory back to Newcastle, and I'm going to do it in fashion. Huge respect for his opponent. This is the start of his bare knuckle journey here tonight in Cardiff, Wales. Frankie Curry trains with John and Skipper in Newcastle. Long, rangy, technical. 5 years ago, BKB called. This time, he was able to answer.
comes in with a mask all over his head as well. I mean, it's all for effect, but it's what he does in the ring that matters. And you know, we can all talk a fight, he's now got to prove the fight.
Yeah, very true.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the red corner. Please welcome Geraunt Goodrich.
Chariots of Fire. You remember that?
I love it.
Yeah.
This
It came out same year you were born, right?
This guy coming into the ring now, by the way, is more experienced than the other one. This is a real clash of styles.
Yeah. We have to get this started in fashion. So the Magic Man fights out of Wales, owns his own gym. He talked about his journey to get here, Tom, to make his bare knuckle debut. He said making the ring walk for him is an achievement.
Absolutely. This is going to be, for all the prelim fights, this is one that really, really gets to me. This is the one I can't wait to see. And by the way, I remember the Roman chariots, not just chariots of fire, let me tell you.
Our tail of the tape for our first preliminary matchup, brought to you by Blue Nicotine Pouches. Light heavyweight matchup. It is Goodrich, 40 years old, 12 years the elder of his opponent, Frankie Curry. Reached pretty close, but there you see the 4-inch height advantage. With the official introductions, Lee Thompson.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we begin the prelims live from Cardiff, inside the smallest surface area in all combat sports, the Mighty Trigon. This contest brought to you in proud association with Takeo Farms, CBD you can trust. Scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the fighters. In the blue corner, he's wearing the white and black shorts. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 171 pounds. Making his appearance inside the Mighty Trigon from Newcastle, Gateshead, England, is Frankie Curry. And facing him across the Trigon in the red corner, wearing the black trunks, he stands 5 foot 10 inches tall. Official weight 170.6 pounds. Also making his Trigon debut from Port Talbot, Wales, it's Geraunt Magic Man Goodrich. Your referee in charge, Andy Albrighton.
For the first fight here on our preliminary card from Cardiff, Wales, Goodridge and Curry.
Thank you.
Here we go. The Magic Man, Geraunt Goodrich in the black trunks. White and black trunks for Frankie Curry. You see the height advantage, as we talked about, Tom, on the tail of the tape. And that's something Frankie said he wants to utilize, his reach, his height, and really make his opponent stay outside with that jab.
And that's the key, is to stay outside of it. However, you know, we've heard a lot of talk, but one thing for sure, the Trigon is the biggest lie detector in the world.
It certainly is. For Goodrich, this is his first bout since 2019. 17 professional glove bouts and an early knockdown scored by the Magic Man, Geraunt Goodrich.
He smells blood now.
That's 2.
Welcome to BKB.
It is all over, just like that. He said making the ring walk was an achievement. Well, he just capped off what is a perfect bare knuckle debut with a first round finish.
Unbelievable. And you and I sat talking all these fighters, and without doubt, Frankie Curry, well, he was full of it about what he was going to do, what he wasn't going to do. Wait till you see me in the ring. This guy's come in and done a real job on him. And sometimes when you've never been in a bare knuckle ring, the first time you get in it, you find out whether you want to be in it or not. I think, without doubt, Frankie Curry doesn't want to be in it.
And the difference also being, while Frankie Curry has boxed since age 8, 20 years, a lot of professional gloved experience for Goodrich.
Unbelievable. Yes, he's got a great glove pro record. He's like, I think, 17 pro fights.
Yep.
So he's experienced with the ring, but he came out aggressive, he came out in your face, he came out looking to finish it early doors, and it was that one that caused him a problem. I think he's actually caught him underneath the eye there, just a real nasty blow, then bang, and then he goes looking for blood. It was over after the first knockdown, to be fair.
It was. And Goodrich was smart to be aggressive again, finished the fight when he had the opportunity.
Correct.
And he is 1-0 inside the mighty Trigon. To make it official, Lee Thompson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest comes to a close 1 minute and 2 seconds into the very first round. Let's hear it for your winner by TKO in the red corner, Geraint Magic Man Goodrich.
Chariots of Fire again. Geraunt Goodrich. Fighting at home here in Wales, victorious, and he will visit with Gareth A. Davies.
Port Talbot's finest, Geraint Goodrich, your debut in the BKB Trigon. How does it feel to win like that?
I'm back. I wanted to come back for a long time, so here I am. I'm back. Lovely win. Didn't know what to expect in here, but sort of didn't know where we were going in the beginning. But then I bedded into it, and then when I started catching him, I know we couldn't cope with the power with no gloves on, you know, bare knuckle. Different kettle of fish.
You made yourself a small target, you crept into him very well, you cut him, I think it was above the left eye, and he just couldn't go on.
I got Liam, I'd like to thank in the corner with the tactics there.
Is that Liam Williams?
Yeah, Liam Williams, we worked on it with him, got loads of thanks to him. He knows his onions, where he's been, and it was just same as boxing really, but without gloves on it. That's the result. How many seconds was it?
I don't know, it wasn't many. Ladies and gentlemen, Geraint Goodrich! Back to you guys.
So a victory for the Magic Man. Very happy, and as he said, quite simply, I am back. Going to be a man to watch as he gets the victory. First round finish by TKO. Congratulations, Geraunt Goodrich. Way to start it out in style right here in his homeland of Wales.
KB fans, don't miss highlights, news, and much more on all your favorite fighters and events. For minute-by-minute updates, follow us on all social media platforms by visiting bkbbareknuckle.com/follow.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the blue corner his will, the gentleman, Demetzel.
He is the gentleman, Will Demetzel. Took this fight just shy of 2 weeks' notice. Said he had to get his weight down very quickly. Tommy has a vast boxing background that I don't want to be mediocre in anything in life. I want to bring something great for the great fans here in attendance and around the world watching on TV tonight.
In all his fights, and he's had a lot of fights, we call it white collar and licensed boxing, he's never ever been stopped. This is a tough guy, and he means business. He sees boxing, when he gets into the ring, that's his happy hour. He's never happier than when he's being hit or hitting someone, and I think you'll see that when he gets going.
I would agree with that. He said he knows very little about Nicky Potts because of the short notice for both men with an opponent change as well. He said, one thing I found interesting, I'm twitchy. We're like, okay, twitchy. Okay. But he said it's with his head movement, twitchy. Twitchy could be unorthodox too, right?
But if it means head movement, then that's a good sign.
There you go. Twitchy head movement for the gentleman.
And facing him across the trigon in the red corner, please welcome Nicky Bambino Potts.
Nicky Potts. He said, I've trained, competed in pretty much every discipline, so I need to add this one to the list right here, right now. White collar boxing 3-1, amateur boxing 6-1, 3 professional mixed martial arts bouts, and he said of the greatest influences, Mike Tyson, Marco Antonio Barrera, Manny Pacquiao, then he went the MMA route, John Jones, and Jose Aldo.
What amazed me about it when we were speaking, he said my style is weird and scrappy.
So we got
Does that
twitchy
mean
and
he's awkward?
scrappy.
Well, we've got to fight. We've got to fight. But something about, you know, when we talked to them before, a lot of it goes in one ear and out the other. And it's what they do inside this ring that matters. Not what they say before, but what they say inside and what they do inside the ring that really matters. We'll see once the bell goes. The last fight, we had a lot of pre-talk, and we saw when they got in the ring, the one guy who did the most talk, he didn't fancy it.
Yep.
Now we'll see 2 guys. So let's wait and see.
Our tail of the tape for this light heavyweight matchup brought to you by Takeo Farms. It's Nicky Potts, 39 years old, 3 years the elder of Will Demitzel. 3 years the elder. See the reach and height advantage on the side of the blue corner, the gentleman, Will Demitzel.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this contest brought to you by Takeo Farms. Scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Once again, let's welcome to the blue corner. He wears the black and silver trunks. He stands 6 foot 3 inches tall, weighing in at 173.3 pounds. Making his BKB debut, his first appearance in the mighty Trigon from Worcester, England. It's Will the Gentleman Demetzel. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the red and white shorts. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 175 pounds. Also making his BKB debut inside the Trigon, fighting out of Bettws from Newport, South Wales, Nicky Bambino Potts. Your referee in charge when the bell rings, Ian John Lewis.
Ian John Lewis, our referee for this light heavyweight fight. Here we go. Bambino, Nicky Potts in the red and white trunks. They clinch early. Black and silver trunks for Will the Gentleman Demitzel.
You're looking for Demetzel here to use his height and reach advantage and keep the fight at a distance. And I think we've already seen that Potts knows that, so he's gone in close straight away. He's trying to close the distance. Oh, great shot, great right from the lad Potts there. He's put him under pressure.
Potts, weird and scrappy, likes to take the center, in this case, of the trigon. But much to your point, Tom, he's doing a good job of negating the length and reach of Will Demetzel, because he's fighting inside. He just landed another big right hand.
Absolutely, and that was the key. If you've got that guy, it suits Potts to be inside. It doesn't suit Demetzel to be inside. He wants him at range to pick him off, and he's struggling to create any sort of range.
Took the fight on short notice. Truly a gentleman when we visited with him.
Unbelievable. We just saw then the talk that they talk about the left hook of Potts, and we just saw it there. He missed, but we saw that sharp left hook, which could cause a real problem for Demetzel.
He said, my left hook has gotten me out of many sticky situations. And he's sticking it to Will Demetzel.
He's cut as well, Demetzel.
Here so far, midway through round number 1. Hands down. Now hands up for Potts. Looks very comfortable in there. Ain't a jab coming in that time.
And again, great combination. Left and right. He's under real pressure, Demetzel now.
Potts is really putting on a pace here early. When we ask about fight styles,
the gum shield down.
Our bare knuckle battlers give us their thoughts. He said, I'm scrappy, and that, I think, more than anything, is what we've seen from Nicky Potts thus far.
But if you look at Potts under his left eye, he's got a real big swelling under his left eye, look, Potts. And Demetzel's got blood coming. This is a scrap. This is a
early on, let's go.
I think they both came to dance, didn't they?
They did indeed. And keep in mind, as Tom mentioned earlier, white collar boxing, 15 bouts, never stopped the gentleman, Will Demetzel.
The gum shield out again. He doesn't even know it's out. I have to say, Mike, Demetzel looks a bit uncomfortable now.
Yes. Well, you get inside, you work the body a little bit, and he knows he's in a fight. And it's not going according to his game plan, at least yet. 45 seconds on the clock, round number 1.
You wanted to use, he should be using the jab to try and work on the eye that's damaged for...
Broken hand.
Oh my God.
Yep, timeout, broken hand for Nicky Potts. That is so unfortunate.
Well, he's well ahead, isn't he? But that's a terrible injury for anybody. A broken hand.
Immediately he reacted.
He's in bad pain there. The doc's called, they call him the doc. And to be fair, he looked like he was enjoying himself, didn't he?
Absolutely. But let's watch it. It's where you land on your opponent.
Correct.
Very often, and this time it didn't land in a good spot.
There. It looks like he caught his...
Yeah, he's okay.
Oh, he's okay. Wow.
So, you know what? Maybe it wasn't broken. Maybe a ligament or something. It looks like they pulled it out. The battle continues.
Wow.
Maybe a little dislocation on the wrist. Nonetheless, the battle continues.
And what a battle it is, by the way. They're both at it. Hammer and tongs, and he's desperate to get in close and punish Demetzel. Demetzel really does have to try and keep him at distance with it, using his jab as the rangefinder, but he's not doing that. He's actually fighting Potts' fight.
Let's see how much Potts utilizes the right hand now.
Gumshoe.
So, Tom, with Nicky Potts, I did notice when he went to his corner and then the doc came in, they were pulling on the right hand.
But you know, sometimes, Mike, you'll have known from your UFC days, sometimes you get a jar and you think, oh my goodness, and then the pain goes away.
Yeah.
And I think that may be one of those that you think immediately serious, and it isn't. Because you couldn't fight on, even if dislocated, I don't think you could fight on, really, if I'm honest. But he's jarred it, is in real pain, and the pain's suddenly gone away. Bang, he's come back for a fight. But, you know, Demetzel must be thinking, happy days here, I'm going to win this. Now he's got a fight on. Both of them are damaged faces. I'm really surprised that Demetzel hasn't looked at Potts' eye and thought, right, my jab, I can jab that, and put him under pressure. He hasn't done it. Tactically, and that's what he means by weird and scrappy, probably. Although that was Potts, but he's more weird and more scrappy, if I'm honest.
We got the twitchy in the weird and scrappy, and round number 2.
The crowd pleasing.
Red and white trunks for Nicky Potts. Will Demitzel, black and silver trunks, taking this fight just shy of 2 weeks' notice. Let's see how often he throws the right hand. Right there, he threw it multiple times, landed a great uppercut at the finish of that combination.
And Demetzel allowed himself to be forced into the corner. In the Trigon, you cannot be forced into the corner against a man who just throws left and right. You're in trouble. He's got to keep him center of the ring and keep him at distance.
And Will talked about that. He said there's never a safe space, especially around the corners here in the smallest surface in combat sports.
He's after him now, Potts.
Yeah, and
Potts smells the win.
grabbing his nose.
Yeah. You know, fighters sometimes smell it, don't they? Smell a win. They smell the victory, and I think Potts looks like he smells it.
Round number 2, 1 minute in. Fight scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Little accidental eye poke, and they will attend to Nicky Potts. Looks like he's okay.
I think he wanted the fight stopped a bit there for... Well, because the referee just said fight on.
Yeah.
His eyes are messed, that left eye below it. Potts, but he does duck into that shot.
Now he's looking to clinch. You hear the corner of Demetzel saying you've got to close the distance. Even though he's the lengthy one, close the distance enough so you can utilize the jab in the length.
Exactly right. You've got to get in to use your jab. That's better.
Nicky said about this new opponent, he didn't know much about him, of course, but looks like a good long-range fighter with a good jab. I think I can get inside and land, and if I do land, it'll be an early night. Looked like that might have been the case in the first round. Now we're getting into the latter part of round number 2.
I think, didn't Demetzel tell us he was a rangy fighter? He likes the range. Yep. But we haven't seen that, but he's better in this round at the distance keeping.
There's that right hand again.
Timeout called. I'm not too sure this will carry on.
Let's see it again. Yep.
The same shot, the
Kinda
right
caught,
over,
yeah,
almost caught his wrist, almost caught the wrist, the bone on the wrist, and that's hurt him. Look.
And it is, look at him holding up the forearm, Tom.
Yeah.
So we have determined, at least, we're not doctors, but that it's not a broken hand. It's a little higher, the wrist up on the forearm, and that's what they're attending to.
When he came across and caught him, exactly.
Yep.
But this is that sort of sport. It's a dangerous sport.
Yeah. And the fact that Nicky Potts went back and utilized the right hand after the scare in round number 1 was a positive, but the fact that he's tweaked it again may be the end of the night.
They look like they're pulling it. Look, his
That's
shoulder.
what they did last time, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, he's screaming in pain.
He might have pulled his shoulder all the way up.
I think they're trying to
dislocate his shoulder. Yep.
It's a full credit to him if he fought on last time. The referee's talking to the medics. I think he wants to carry on.
He does.
Wow.
And his corner's saying you got to go for it.
Mind you, beware of brave cornermen.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're always, the cornermen are always the ones that do this, do that, but nobody's sitting there.
It is all over. The doctor, the referee, stopped the fight. here in round number 2. And Will Demitzel gets the victory in his bare knuckle and Trigon debut.
To be fair, he got the victory at a cost because he's in a, his face is messed up.
No question.
I like the aggression of Potts,
Big time.
but there was no, what am I looking for, style to it.
Right. He came in.
He came in toe to toe, tear up, left and right, without any real tactical nous. It looked like Demetzel had the more tactical advantage, but he never used that in the early, certainly early parts. He never used that range and used his jab as a rangefinder to pick him off. He didn't do that, and that's disappointing for somebody who's had as many fights. As he's had, and he's fought MMA as well.
Yes.
You'd have thought he'd have known about using that range better.
Yep.
Listen, this is a learning curve for both of them. This is BKB. This is different. They'll both learn from this.
He said fighting in BKB is an opportunity to be seen by a broader audience, validation of his hard work. Regardless,
Yep.
and unfortunate that what happened to Nicky Potts did, and the doc had to stop it. Regardless, though, Will's got some tape to look at.
Yep.
He also has a victory.
And that's important.
Yeah, absolutely.
It says, next to his name, it says W.
That's it.
Win. But he'll learn from it, won't he?
Absolutely, absolutely. And for Will, let's remember too, he took the fight just shy of 2 weeks' notice.
Yeah,
and Nicky
good
Potts
point.
had a game plan.
Good point.
Yeah,
Potts is a tough guy, by the way.
absolutely. He would have kept going, but fighter's safety is paramount. Fight is stopped to make it official. Let's get it back to Lee Thompson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest comes to a close. 2 minutes and 24 seconds into round number 2. Victory for your winner by TKO in the blue corner, Will Demitzel.
And Bambino, Nicky Potts clapping, showing respect. Hey, they might as well fight again when Nicky heals up, because they started to put on a show. The gentleman gets the victory. He's 1-0, and he will be very pleased to be back here again soon. Right now, a visit with Gareth A. Davies.
Well, Mr. Demetzel, what a brutal war in just under 2 rounds. Tell us what you feel about that fight just there.
That was a hard fight, as you can see. He's a very tough man. I have a lot of respect for him. Obviously, commiserations for the way that it ended. It could have gone further. We could have really beat more out of each other. But I'm glad I've won the fight, but obviously it wasn't on the terms that I would have hoped. But still, full respect, and thank you. Thank you for having me.
Great victory on your debut in the Trigon, but what were you thinking when he suddenly, in the first round, which I think he won, was suddenly pulling at his right hand and arm? What were you thinking?
Well, right from the get-go, it was a really good fight. He hits hard. Likewise, I felt like I put on a relatively good display. I'm a warrior, and so is he, so I respect him fully.
Your gum shield was coming out several times as well. What a brilliant fight, though, for your debut.
Yes, well, this is my first time on this platform doing bare knuckle. I realised my gum shield kept coming out. So much blood in my mouth is just slipping out. So, apologies for that. We have to keep stopping. However, I enjoyed it. And again, I'll say it once more. Full respect to my opponent. That was a good fight.
Will Demetzel, enjoy your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner! Back to you guys.
Will Demitzel, not surprisingly, very humble in victory. And Nicky Bambino Potts stayed in the Trigon until the very end. Roll it back.
That's why they call him the gentleman.
That's
what
exactly
a great
right.
way he sorted it. And he wants it. I think they both would like to get it on again.
Absolutely.
And I'd love to see it again.
I'm in.
I'd love, for you?
Yep, I'm in. Let's do it.
Well, you've got influence. Make it happen.
I don't know about that. Well, we are global. BKB, the world leader in bare knuckle boxing. So the question every fan has is, where can you watch? From South Florida,
to South Wales. BKB continues to take over the globe. Don't miss BKB Live when it comes to your town. Visit bkbbareknuckle.com for upcoming show schedules and ticket information.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the blue corner is Aaron El Gringo Mandingo Ashton.
El Gringo Mandingo, Aaron Ashton, fighting in the Trigon for the first time, second professional bare knuckle bout, was defeated by Stephen Rook back in May of last year. He did have a fight against the veteran Mark Godbeer. It was kind of Mark's swan song, but it was a heck of a fight. And what I found, Aaron said he was nervous against Rook, but he gained confidence and calmness the way he battled, even in defeat, against Godbeer.
But isn't that what happens?
Yeah.
Sometimes if you're fighting a quality opponent, and even if you lose, you learn more and feel better about yourself. And I think this guy can show that today. I mean, he's a biker, isn't he? He's a biker. He's a biker, and he's got something about him. He looks a beast. He looks a beast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think this could be a hell of a fight as well. He's got a scrappy, violent attitude, which seems to be ideal for him.
And universe goes full circle. He makes his debut in the Trigon here tonight. He does train with some of the best out there. Trains very, very often with none other than the champions.
And introducing your fighter in the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, it's Anthony Scottford. Ladies and gentlemen, this is BKB 40, with our next contest brought to you in proud association with Vortex Competition, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds in the Bridgerweight division. Once again, let's welcome to the blue corner. Wearing the black, red, and green shorts, he stands 6 foot 3 inches tall. Official weight 225 pounds, making his BKB debut, his first appearance in the mighty Trigon from Stalbridge, England. It's Aaron El Gringo Mandingo Ashton. And his opponent in the red corner. He wears the black and silver shorts. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 224 pounds. Also making his BKB debut from Worcester, England, by way of Kidderminster, England, is Anthony Scottford. Your referee in charge when the bell rings, Big Clive Allison.
I like that, Big Clive Allison. I thought Big John McCarthy had it trademarked, but maybe not. And I'm not going to argue with Clive. So.
Not for sure.
Bridgerweight battle. Debut for Scotford, both bare knuckle and Trigon. Second professional fight for Aaron Ashton, first time in the mighty Trigon. Here we go. Black and silver trunks for Scotford. He's going to count him.
Oh,
Quick knockdown.
Yep. Wow, a count.
Black, green, and red for Ashton.
I thought he had that look about him, you know, when we interviewed him, and his left and right has caught him, but back comes Scottford with a little bit more about him now. He's getting into the fight.
Quick knockdown for Ashton. Oh, nasty uppercut in the clinch just 30 seconds in. A lot of uppercut.
Brilliant.
Good dirty boxing.
I love that attitude, though, of clinch and punch. We don't see it used as often as we should.
Yep.
But when they use it, how effective is it?
And now it's Scotford trying to tee off and get some momentum in his corner. They split jabs. Ducking under, throwing heavy. Closing the distance.
He's using the clinch.
The clinch is great.
Brilliant work from the clinch.
And Aaron Ashton said amongst his greatest influences.
Oh, what a shot from...
Another one.
Brilliant shot from Scotford.
So now we're 1-1.
From Ashton, I should say.
And Scotford continues.
Oh.
And a second knockdown scored by Ashton.
What a fight.
Great fight. They are teeing off.
Look at the marks on both the eyes from both fighters.
Want to be a bare knuckle boxer. And he steps into that right beautifully. Scotford, gas tank's going. Ashton said old school MMA legends, Fedor, Krokop, Shogun Hua.
You loved that, didn't you?
Well, and he said, I knew that you would love that, Goldie. So I appreciated it. But you see him utilizing the clinch and now covering up. And Scotford returning fire momentarily.
That clinch, he's worked the clinch as well as any fighter I've seen use it. Brilliant. But how game is Scotford?
I mean, he scored one too. Great utilization of the clinch. Scrappy, violent, aggressive, just like Ashton told us he would be. 20 seconds.
He's punishing him now with that clinch and punch. But our game is Scotford.
10 seconds. Will we see a round two?
Oh, caught him with a great shot. Wow.
Wow, 2-2 after one.
They always say, you know, Mike, that the will has to be greater than the skill. And we're seeing this here with these two guys. The will to win, the will to get an advantage on your opponent. Both have been put down twice. But the clinch has been crucial. The way he's used that clinch and punch, Ashton, is brilliant.
El Gringo Mandingo. Did 3 years gloved. He said, I'm still quite new. From nervous, uncertain, to proving to himself that he is capable and really putting on a good performance early against Anthony Scottford, but he is just as game. Black and silver trunks for Scottford, black, green, and red for Aaron Ashton.
The jab from Scotford then, absolutely superb, right down the middle. He's trying to work off the jab, which...
He said, I've got a good, powerful jab. And utilizing that as he is going to prevent, he hopes, Ashton from getting inside and doing this. Left over the top.
There you go, this is a real tear-up. Toe-to-toe. And both faces are in a mess. Oh,
great combination.
Right. Wow.
That left hook was solid. More uppercuts, dirty boxing. Win or lose, I see Aaron Ashton with his body, his face kind of bashed up from a bare knuckle battle on his motorcycle in a day or two.
but he's hit the better punches for me.
Yes, he is.
The clinch, but also his hooks have been excellent. There you go. Oh, back comes Scotford though. What a fight.
Scotford 26, switches to southpaw. Ashton 37. Reaching the midway point of round number 2. Aaron's really ducking that head a lot. Let's see if Scotford can time it. Looked like he tried to there.
Brilliant
So
stuff.
exhausting, this style of fighting with the dirty boxing, the clinching, especially 2 men at 225 pounds each.
Scotford looks the more tired of the two, if I'm honest.
Well, and I think, Tom, that would be the result of the dirty boxing.
Yes.
That has been thrown on by Ashton, but his legs looked a little wobbly for a moment there. Under a minute, round 2.
They both give everything.
Yeah.
Every single thing.
Both men bloodied, neither man beaten. 2 knockdowns each in round number 1. Toe-to-toe here in round number 2.
Oh, what a
Big shot by Scotford. He is up.
Wow.
Well done, Aaron Ashton.
He's finishing it. There it is.
And again.
Wow.
It's all over. Anthony Ant Scottford scores 2 late knockdowns in round number 2. The second was the finishing punch, and he wins in his BKB debut.
Mike, he's had to work, hasn't he, Scotford?
Oh.
He hasn't got that easy. Look at the mess he's in. But I thought there was a time when Scotford looked beaten.
Yeah, I agree.
And then
it wasn't all that long before he landed those 2 big shots.
There you go. But it was the one that put him down first. It was a great... You mentioned the change of stance.
Yep.
That helped him. When he switched, it helped him.
Take a look at the handiwork.
Short, sharp right. Short, sharp right did the damage, and then back he comes, and there's the... Wow. This is the one that finishes it. He goes down because he's had enough there, hasn't he?
Yeah, very much so. Late in the round, he gets the finish.
You know what they say about BKB, summing it up? You never know.
Don't.
You're winning 2 rounds, you're winning 1 round, you're winning 4 rounds. You never know.
The way that Aaron Ashton came out, utilized the clinch, the dirty boxing, one might have said, all right, this isn't going to last very long. Scotford's in big trouble, and he was, but he rebounded, came back, and earns the victory.
The will greater than the skill, always. Wow. What a fight, though, Mike.
Great fight. to make it official. Once again, let's get it inside the Trigon to Lee Thompson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest comes to an end after 2 minutes and 59 seconds into round number 2. Victory for your winner by TKO in the red corner, Anthony Scottford.
Both men put on a show. Anthony Scottford, 26 years old, is 1-0 in the Trigon, and he will visit with Gareth A. Davies.
Well, I'm here with Anthony Scottford. What a battle. I think you had him down 4 times, I counted in the end. You were almost out on your feet in the first round. What an amazing, brutal Bridgerweight battle.
Yeah, come on. I'm just checking I still got all my teeth, you know.
Let's hear it for them. Come on, everybody. What an amazing fight that was here tonight. 2 men who gave everything in there. Your mum took you to the gym when you were 9 years old. You're 26. Look at the trouble she caused.
Mate, tough as old boots, him, I'll tell you. Do you want me to say something else?
I want you to say how much you enjoyed that fight.
I loved it, man. That's why I kept going back up. And, oh, man, fair play to him. He's tough as old boots, man.
How far can you take this at 26 in the Bridgerweight division?
We'll just take it one fight at a time, but it's looking like September the next one, so let's have it.
Well done, Anthony Scottford, ladies and gentlemen. Back to you guys.
Great job done by Anthony Scottford. Said, I'm just going to go back, get better, and get ready for the next one.
Do you remember what he said to us when we were talking to him? He said, this will test me as a person.
Yep.
Well, he came through that test, didn't he?
He certainly did.
He came through it.
Yep. And you never know how it's going to go when they do say that. And the way he started with the clinch here in Ashton,
I thought it was brilliant.
It was brilliant. And to be able to withstand that damage, knocked down a couple of times, both men in round number 1, Tom, to come and late in round 2, score a knockdown and then the finishing punch, simply outstanding.
What he tells you is the size of the man's heart.
Yes.
He's got a heart the size of a bucket because he has come from, let's be honest, the brink of defeat.
Yep.
And he's come back and won the fight and won it well. Scottford showed he's got a lot to offer BKB as well. He's got a lot to offer. But this young man promised us when he spoke to us, you've got to wait and see me in action. I've been ever so impressed. Not the tactical side, but the fact that A, he could switch, but also the fact that he's got a heart and he came back from defeat. He could have given up twice, but he didn't. He was down twice and said, no way you beating me, I'm going for it, and I love that.
Absolutely.
They say this sport is the loneliest sport in the Trigon's the loneliest place on the world. We saw it today.
Yeah, absolutely. Both men should be congratulated, though. They put on a show for us here in Vale Arena.
It does make me so glad I'm not a fighter.
Oh, forever, yes. Corey Healey was to be on the card here tonight. Unfortunately, his opponent pulled out late, but Corey Healey still here in attendance, and he will visit with Gareth A. Davies.
Well, I am with a very, very disappointed Corey Healey. 4 hours notice, Sam Jamshidi pulling out.
Yeah, it's a bit gutting, you know. You put a lot of time into camp and working hard. You know, I've been out the ring 6 months. It's a bit of a piss take, to be fair. On the scales yesterday, he's telling me how he's going to knock me out, putting me to sleep. And then he packs his bag and does a big runner this morning. So, you know, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth, you know. But commend Jim, you know, still get paid on the next show. So let's bring it, you know.
You got your show money. I've seen you wandering around telling all your fans who paid for tickets tonight that you'll be out and you're going to win the red belt.
Yeah, definitely. Jim have said, obviously, about the ticket situation. They'll all be out when I'm out fighting next now. And they'll all come for free on the tickets. So I can't thank Jim enough for that, considering, you know, the 4 hours notice. It's, like I said, it's fucking devastating.
Do you say devastating?
Healey, let's get it back to Lee Thompson.
And now let's welcome to the blue corner, it's Tony T. Blue Barrett.
This won't last long, mate.
Tony Barrett, you want to talk about a gamer, you want to talk about a true fighter? How about family at Disneyland? Literally had a week where he was enjoying everybody, enjoying the kids, his wife, who's in his corner by the way, and took the fight on Wednesday, T Blue, a veteran. He's fought many times in the BKB. We're all one big happy family. But,
Correct.
you know, that was not the Trigon. Tonight, he comes to the Trigon for the second time, once again, Tom, here in Cardiff.
And a genuine fighter who takes a fight at short notice, not against an idiot, but against somebody like Dorian Darch, who's been in the ring with Dubois, he's been in with all sorts of fighters like Joshua, Huey Fury. This is a tough guy. He's walked into the ring with him. That says a lot about Barrett.
Tony Barrett just fought gloved a few weeks ago. No training, 3 days notice. He is ready to go. He did say fighting Darch is a massive step up for him.
And facing him across the mighty Trigon in the red corner, please welcome Dark Fruits, Dorian Darch.
Cardiff,
Yep.
the fight. He will not want to hang around. He will want to finish this as early as he possibly can.
And he will have a front seat for the co-main event of the evening on our main card as Dan Podmore looks to defend his Bridgerweight belt. Quite simply, he said Dan dropped out of a fight late years ago, had a back injury, and I quote Dark Fruits, "I am on a seek and destroy mission for Dan Podmore."
He would fight Dan Podmore tonight for nothing.
Our tail of the tape for this heavyweight collision brought to you by Clue Nicotine Pouches. 40-year-old Darch, 41-year-old Barrett. Darch slight reach and height advantage. Once again with the official introductions, Lee Thompson.
Live from the Vale Arena, 5 3-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. This contest brought to you by Clue Nicotine Patches. So let's meet the fighters. Firstly, in the blue corner, wearing the pink and black shorts, he stands 5 foot 11 inches tall, weighing in at 238 pounds. A veteran of 7 bare knuckle contests from Whitstable, England. Please welcome Tony T Blue Barrett. And his opponent across the mighty Trigon, wearing the purple shorts, he stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, official weight 230 pounds. Entering the mighty Trigon for the 3rd time, he's a former Welsh boxing champion from Aberdare, Wales. Please welcome Dark Fruits, Dorian Darch. Your referee in charge when the bell rings, Ian John Lewis.
Ian John Lewis, our referee for our 4th and final preliminary matchup here tonight from Vale Arena in Cardiff.
Look at the face of Darch. Look at Darch looking at his opponent. Look at him. He cannot wait for this to go. And you can see out of condition Barrett because he's been on holiday. You can see it.
Here we go. Double jab, right hand, quickly.
Oh, he's caught him
Purple
already with a
trunks
hit.
from Dorian Darch. Pink and black. Tony Barrett. Barrett throwing.
There you go.
But down early.
He did rock Darch though with a shot.
Yep.
But Darch, look at Darch. He can't wait. He's struggling to get up.
He is all over, just like that. Dorian Darch.
he's so angry with his opponent who couldn't fight him. He's angry with Dan Podmore because he wants to fight him. He's an angry man.
But Tony Barrett, hey, he did
respect
get
him.
a few shots off. Now, granted, Dorian Darch's power and the fact that he had a full camp was a big difference.
Listen, you've got to respect a man that gets into the ring with Darch without any camp. You've got to respect Tony Barrett.
So, Dark Fruits, Dorian Darch, 2-1 in the mighty Trigon. Back-to-back first round finishes right here in Cardiff.
And Darch, he's actually buzzing because he feels that it's his night. He's desperate for a big fight.
Yeah.
He's desperate for a big fight now. We'll have to see what they can find for him.
Well, he keeps doing stuff like that, he'll get it. Awaiting it to be official, but we do know one thing. Wales' own Dorian Darch, ultra impressive once again to make it official. Lee Thompson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this heavyweight contest comes to an end after 23 seconds of the very first round. Let's hear it for your winner by TKO in the red corner, Dark Fruits, Dorian Darch.
38 seconds back on February 1st, 23 seconds here tonight for Dorian Darch.
He's always in a rush to get home.
I guess so. I guess so.
He's the worst sort of fighter to face. Somebody who's in a quick hurry to get home.
Yep.
But what a finish from him. I mean, it was
We'll
a great
visit
finish.
with Gareth A. Davies.
Congratulations, Dorian. He did catch you early on. That could have been a man on 3 days' notice from Disneyland. You wouldn't have been happy about that, would you?
Oh, he nearly punched me through the ropes, the cunt. No, that wasn't going to fucking plan then. He caught me with a couple of shots. Perhaps a bit lackluster because of the cancellation and that. But hands up, he caught me with a few shots. Lucky I pulled one out myself.
One tiny cut, which is unusual for you. Is there anyone you'd like to fight who's around here tonight?
Everyone knows who I want to fight. Dan Podmore. And after that performance, getting caught like that, he'll be busting to fucking fight me, hopefully.
Dorian, enjoy your victory tonight. Dark Fruits, ladies and gentlemen, Dorian Darch.
Like I said, he will be front row staring down Big Pod Dan Podmore. Later, main card, co-main event of the evening, as Dan Podmore, that man right there, looks to defend his BKB Bridgerweight World Championship for the very first time.
I will say, though, that it's a big fight for Dorian Darch, that it isn't that big a fight for the champion. Do you see what I'm coming from? Yeah. So he needs a few more wins to earn the right to have a crack at the Bridgerweight champion.
So, Tom, first of all, I said at the top of the show, 50th show tonight?
50.
50.
Hey.
600 fights.
600 fights.
That's 1,200 bios.
Done some work out. And you know what? I haven't been hit once.
There you go. That's what it's about. Little blood from here, time to time, but you haven't been hit.
Let me just say, when I first came, the first show, I didn't want to be here.
Right.
I fell in love with it. It's like a drug. I love the sport.
And you know, Tom, we've seen the growth from the artist formerly known as BYB and the Backyard Brawl and the design that Dada 5000 brought us, the Mighty
Absolutely.
Trigon. You and BKB here in the UK even go further back to the calendar. So, man, have we seen an evolution of this sport.
That's the key. When we started, it was almost people treated it as illegal, as horrible, as something wrong with it.
Kind of like they said with MMA way back then.
And we're on, BKB is on the same trajectory as MMA and UFC, exactly the same trajectory. And now it's treated with respect. And why? Because the owners have got rules, regulations, medics. We treat fighters better than a lot of glove people do. Trust me.
No, I definitely
Without a
trust
shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, definitely trust you. All right, our main card still to come here tonight as we continue the great battles in Ash Bash Williams, Callum Nolte, Martin, Mr. Pink McDonough, Marcin Kosiak. Dan Laurel gets us started against Danny Worsfold.
Dan Lewell could knock him out for fun.
Yeah.
He's got a great record of knockout.
Darren Harding, Tyler Goodjohn is back. And there, the co-main and the main we talked about, Podmore, Emil Markic, and Martin, the Rebel Reffell, will try to take the belt from around the waist of the champion, Liam Rees.
They are mouth-watering title fights. And I'm looking now, this bill has done, it's attracted people like Sokolowski, who's fighting in America soon. It's attracted Barry Jones. It's attracted Alex Wilson. It's attracted all the big fighters because they know how good this bill is. We're in for a treat, by the way. I can't wait.
I cannot wait. We will be ready for 2 titles and a bunch of great battles in the one, the only, Mighty Trigon. Those fights are still to come from right here in Cardiff, Wales. 51st show tonight, Tom.